Awake by James Phillip. We have the character of Brian, who is the son, and then Kevin is a pastor. The setting, it takes place on the balcony of the home Brian shares with his mother. And at Rise, Pastor Kevin is leading Brian in prayer, attempting to comfort him.
To know wisdom, you must be humble. To perceive these words, one must wholly rely on faith. Walk not in the way of man, for he who is with you shall comfort you in time of need. Do not let truth of his mercy be hidden from this young man. Father, cast the net of protection over Brian and keep him safe in his travels, and assure your loved one in these troubled times. In your son's name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm grateful for everything that you've done for me this past week. It's been rough.
I know things seem bleak right now, Brian, but in reality, it's just an opportunity to show strength. Believe me.
Without your help, I wouldn't have been able to get through it all. The packing alone was going to be difficult. It was all too much for me at once. It's like, she really left me quite a mess to clean up.
Your mother was ill, Brian. You can't place blame on her. You should.
Ill? That's what they're calling it these days, huh? You're a pastor, not a politician, so don't give me politically correct terminology. She was a dope fiend. Life got hard.
Please,
so she
Brian.
quit.
Please, Brian. I know you're in a lot of pain, and I know you're angry. You have every right to be. I saw your mother's recovery with my own eyes, and I saw her relapse. It was an aberration. The pain meds, she couldn't control it. The anger that you feel is a result of the loss you experienced.
Loss? I didn't lose her. She left. The coroner's report said accidental overdose, but I'm the one who found her. You don't take half a bottle of morphine and chase it with Louis the 13th to get a good night's sleep. She skipped out on me, and now I have to go to Texas and live with my dad.
Brian, I've known your mother for 30 years. There was always a plan for you to go and stay with your dad for the summer.
There was never an intention for me to come back, though. She planned all of this just enough time to have a funeral and then put me on a plane. She paid off everything, closed my accounts, sold the house, and put it in a trust until I'm 25. That's 8 damn years.
She must have done it to protect you, Brian.
From myself? I'm an adult. I'll be 18 in 5 months. She did it to force me to go to Texas. To him.
You should visit your dad. See what it's like on the ranch. Do man's work.
And what's the point of having money if you have to work like you're freaking poor?
Brian, regardless how you feel, the situation has presented itself. And as a man, you have to deal with it. You can decide to live in growth or stagnation, hope or decay. No one can decide for you. Choices have to be made. You're almost legal age and been deemed responsible enough to pack up the house, store your car, and go get on a plane in the morning. You say that you're grown. I guess it's time to prove it.
You're right. I've had such great role models, and how can I even begin to disappoint them? I was practically raised by my nanny. I didn't even know she was my mom until 1st grade. I called her Mrs. Connor because that's what my nanny called her.
Your mom worked a lot, Brian. Plus, you were young when she decided to go get her master's. If she hadn't worked so hard, you wouldn't have had a privileged life. Look around. How many kids do you think would give their right arm to live like this? You're driving a car that even used could buy me a house. You live at the beach. I bet your watch costs more than my car, for Christ's sake.
She offs herself and then takes it all away. Almost every day for the past couple of weeks, she had been talking to my dad. Buttering him up, I bet, for the big kiss-off. Me, a ranch hand, a first-class ticket to 100 acres of slave labor. She should have just left me here after the divorce. I would have been better off.
Your mother loved you, Brock. But after she got clean, She fought and got you back. Once you were old enough, she continued her education, provided a life for you that you would have never had you stayed with your dad. She loved you and loved life. That's why I'll never believe it was a suicide.
End of scene 1. In scene 2, Brian has 10 hours before him, before he has to be to the airport. He's sitting on the balcony overlooking the Santa Monica Bay and contemplating his life. He drank the last of the Louis, and his mom never woke to finish. And he's decided to take one lazy drive down the coast. So he's now sitting in his car, which is parked in the bike lane facing south, adjacent to Interstate 5 on Pacific Coast Highway.
Where am I?
Natalie enters.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I tried to wake you earlier, but you seemed so peaceful, I just waited until you woke up on your own.
Wake me for what? What's going on? Where am I?
You're on Pacific Coast Highway. That's the I-5. Looks like you're about to get on, but decided to take a nap instead. I'm Natalie, and you're Brian. Nice to meet you. Oh, I need a ride.
Okay, weird. How do you know my name? And a ride where?
Well, I'm going to TJ, and your name is on the back of your car on the license plate. That is, if it's your car.
Yes, mine? How long have I been sitting here?
I don't know, but you lost all concept of time when you drink the good stuff there, so.
Well,
I first knocked maybe 30 minutes ago, so it's been at least that long.
Well, I guess I can give you a ride to thank you for waking me from the worst dream ever.
Thanks, Brian. You're sweet. Looks like you were heading south anyway.
Yeah, it looks that way. So why Mexico?
I just became independent, completely emancipated. I'm gonna hitch a ride all the way to Brazil and sleep on the beach. Then from there to Uruguay and pick coffee beans for a living. I am now an official beach bum. As soon as I find a beach.
Sounds like a plan. Beach bum just hanging out all the time, huh?
No job, no worries, just freedom. No rules, no responsibilities. Just living life how I want. Free.
Well, to be heading to South America, you sure do seem to be traveling kind of light, don't you think?
I never really thought about that, but life's more than being prepared. I don't want to worry about what I'm going to eat or what I'm going to drink or even where. Life has to be more than clothes and food and stuff. Look, you see those birds? They don't grow their own food and stack it up somewhere. But I bet they eat every day.
Yeah, that's true. But Mexico? Isn't it almost like a third world country? I hear you shouldn't even drink the water down there.
You're a thinker, huh? But no matter how much you think, I bet you can't think yourself 1 inch taller. Everything that you need is already on its way. I needed a ride, and there you were. I was almost like, it's almost like you were waiting for me. Don't worry about tomorrow. It always seems to take care of itself.
So you saying I was destined to fall asleep right at that spot and wait until you were emancipated so I could give you a ride to Mexico?
Exactly. That's how the world was designed. Each piece fits just like a puzzle. All you have to do is seek, and it won't be too hard to find. Plus, I had to leave in a hurry, so my seeking was a little rushed. They'll notice I'm missing soon.
So the truth rears its ugly head. Your family doesn't know about this emancipation, I take it.
No, not exactly. They're not my real family anyway. Foster.
Well, you might be on to something, Natalie. In about 7 hours, the whole world is going to be looking for me too. What a coincidence.
No such thing. Coincidence is derived from the word coincide, which means to come together, clash, coexist, fall together, or synchronize. It can't be by accident. Certain things are simply statistically impossible. I never wake up early. The deadbolt is always locked. And the dog didn't bark when I left.
So your emancipation is more like running away from home, I guess, then, yeah?
Home is a definite article meaning a place where you feel safe or where you feel you belong. Trust me, it doesn't qualify. Sorry, all I've been doing for the past 9 months is reading the dictionary or the Bible.
Wow, what kind of foster home was this?
You don't want to know, trust me. But what about you? Why will you be missed in 7 hours?
I'm supposed to be on a plane to go live with my dad. My mom just died.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. She wanted to go. She called it quits on the whole living thing. I guess pressure of breathing was getting to her. What about your parents?
I never really knew my dad or mom. My mom OD'd when I was 6. I guess it was kind of hard to raise a kid on the back of a Harley. Just left my 5th foster home. My foster dad got tired of seeing his son have all the fun and decided he wanted to join in, so I bolted.
Ah, that sucks. I guess you're right, though. There is no such thing as coincidence. My mom overdosed too. But she did it on purpose. Oxys and booze.
Moms are the best. High five.
End of scene 2. Scene 3, it's 10 hours later, across the U.S.-Mexican border in a small hotel.
I just tried to get a room and I couldn't. The guy took my card.
Well, just pay cash. I'm sure they accept the American dollar. We're just 15 miles in.
Cash? This is the new millennium. I don't even know anyone who carries cash anymore.
You know, there's a book you should read. It talks about a time when people...
Nat, you're talking about a book right now? I'm in Mexico. I just tried to pay off for a room and my card was denied. I don't carry cash. Are you putting those two together? Foreign country plus no money is equivalent to being up the creek without a paddle.
I was going to tell you about John. He said there would be a time when you wouldn't be able to buy anything without a card.
So what are you talking about, Natalie? The book again? How is this book going to get us anything right now? And look, we're almost out of gas. Oh my God.
Brian, I am trying to get you to look at the bigger picture. None of these material things matter. When you make them your life, they rule you. You see these buildings? There shall not be one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
I don't care about these buildings, Natalie. We are in Mexico with no money, almost out of gas. Do you have money?
I'm free, Brian. I don't need money. I believe everything will work out for the best. It is those who don't believe that are in a world of trouble.
So tell me, Nat, how is belief going to get us something to eat?
Brian, man can't live on bread alone.
Bread? Natalie, I'm going back to the U.S. before it gets dark. It's been fun, but if you want to continue on your adventure, we must part ways.
Then I guess this is where I say goodbye. You shouldn't trust in riches, Bri. It will fail every time. If you do the right thing, you will flourish like a vine on a tree. The fruit of that tree is life. Remember those words, Brian, and be safe.
Brian starts the car and makes his way out of the parking lot onto the main boulevard. The next 7/10 of a second seem to last an hour. In the opposite lane, a large landscaping truck loses control and veers into his lane, hitting him head on. The combined force is equal to 2 tons crushing Brian's body. His attempt to brace himself makes the impact that much worse. Before the car stops moving, his seat rams forward, pinning him against the steering wheel. He hears several of his ribs break one by one, and he loses consciousness. In scene 4, he's in the hospital room. Dad has flown from Texas and is in the hospital room standing over Brian's mangled body.
Just as I found it was coming back together, I lose both. You can't be.
Dad, you I can't see.
You have severe head trauma, son. Your eyes are bandaged. Hopefully you'll be able to regain some of your vision.
Some of my vision?
It was a very serious accident, son. You must have blacked out when you were getting on the 5.
Getting on the 5?
Yeah, off the PCH. We haven't even gone 5 miles.
I don't understand, Dad. What is going on? I thought I was in Mexico.
Mexico? No. I don't know what was going on when I came back and your mom was dead and you are in the hospital when both of you are supposed to be in Texas.
Both back in Texas?
That's why I sold everything. We didn't want to tell you until it happened, but we were back together.
End of play.